Many people think Bahrain's economy is overwhelmingly reliant on oil, but it's actually not. The oil sector makes up just 16% of Bahrain's economy, down from 40% 2 decades ago. And actually, it's financial services, I believe, that is the largest contributor to your economy at about 18%. So Bahrain has goals to increase. Could you tell me about your specific FDI targets and how you aim to compete for FDI in a region where you're neighbors with Saudi Arabia and the UAE? Is this a challenge, and how do you make Bahrain stand out in this environment?
Thank you, Natasha. And yes, the Kingdom of Bahrain's well-diversified economy is really the result of policies that have been adopted for a number of years. And with the establishment of the Economic Development Board in 2002, chaired by His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, the effort to ensure that we are growing the non-oil sectors in a big way was given priority. Today, the financial services sector in the Kingdom of Bahrain is the largest sector, and we continue to grow a number of priority sectors in the Kingdom, including manufacturing, logistics, tourism, ICT and tech. And the way in which we do it is important. There are 3 factors that we need to focus on. First is the people, and the people are, the human capital is our most valuable resource in the Kingdom of Bahrain. We have taken that focus, and we need to ensure that with the people and the human resource, that it is well tooled for the sectors and industries that we're looking to attract. Secondly is the infrastructure. We need to ensure that the infrastructure is up to date, not just up to date with regards to the opportunities today, but also up to date with regards to capitalizing on the opportunities of tomorrow. And finally, the rules and regulations. The rules and regulations need to be conducive to attracting growth, to fostering growth in those sectors in which we're looking at. So the people, the infrastructure, and the regulations. And when it comes to the things that we have done that have really made a difference when FDI is coming in, it's been really a focus on getting the investors to see those elements and ensuring that as a small country, we are able to have a two-way conversation. A two-way conversation in which we are able to deliver to the investor, be it a domestic investor, be it a regional investor or an international investor, what they need. And once you've done all of that, let the government get out of the way. Because you really need the private sector to find its connections, move forward in a sustainable manner. And yes, we ensure that we have sovereign wealth funds across the region that are deploying. But you know, we're not aiming to be the people on the field scoring the goals. We want to be the people creating the fertile environment for others and for the private sector to take the ball up the field and score the goals themselves. And our job, even as those investments, and serve as catalysts for further investment. We like using the phrase that we'll use our sovereign wealth fund to plant the first tree in what will become a forest, but then the private sector has to come in and take care of the rest of the forest, and really the government's role is to provide the fertile ground in which it will grow. You mentioned the regional landscape. Overall, the GCC as an economic unit today is about $2.3 trillion in size, estimated to go conservatively to $3 trillion by 2030, and very conservatively to over $6 trillion by 2050. This is value added for all. All the growth we see in any of the GCC countries is positive to us as another GCC country. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's diversification efforts today is the main driver of growth in the GCC, period. The continued economic growth in the United Arab Emirates is another driver. Together, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates represent 75% of GCC GDP. And Bahrain is a service center with deep ties into the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, deep ties into the United Arab Emirates, is benefiting from any growth that happens in those economies. So sometimes people talk about this and make it sound like it's a zero-sum game, but it's not. All economic growth within the GCC is really growing the pie for everybody. And as a services economy, as a service center that is quick and nimble in its ability to change and adopt new policies, Bahrain is very well positioned to add to that growth, service that growth, and benefit from that growth that we see in the region.